for varsity girls volleyball tonight from New Britain High School as the Golden Hurricanes defend their home court, taking on the Lewis Mills Spartans. And once again, a happy Thursday to you all. Randy Brochu, glad to be with you with Lisa Kowecki, our camera person, high above midcourt, ready for the Spartans and the Hurricanes today for the second time this year. The Golden Hurricanes earning their first win against Lewis Mills back on the 2nd of October, coming from behind down 2-0, ripping off 3 straight. A Natalia Kovnatsky ace after a huge block led the way to sealing that victory for the Hurricanes. Lewis Mills with a win back on their season opener against Plainville, and in search of their second win overall on the season today, with losses coming to New Britain and Farmington, then Avon and Bristol Eastern, then Bristol Central, Southington, Farmington again, and Avon again. We're underway with Maya Sliz as the libero tonight for the Golden Hurricanes for the second straight game. And the first point goes to Lewis Mills here in set 1, as it's a misfire for Carolina Guerra on the attack error. It's Lewis Mills up early. The Hurricanes coached by Michelle Abraham in her 33rd season. Jim Perrone is the head coach of Lewis Mills. Serving for the Spartans, Madison Sadecki. Sent over by Sliz and set up for a middle hit attack from Bree Pelcher. Dug by Sliz. Kovnatsky finds some space and grabs the point for the Hurricanes. They're on the board. The final home game of the season for New Britain. So many questions as to how this would all work out as Audrey Beliveau steps up to the service line for the Hurricanes. And the point goes to New Britain on a passing error against Lewis Mills. Their libero is Sarah Stewart tonight. And Audrey Beliveau, the senior who was an all-conference selection last year, serves to the back row. Middle hit attack for Lewis Mills. Dug by New Britain's Wendy Garcia. Check that, Angie Torres. Garcia finishes things off with a point. 3-1 New Britain here in set 1. Looking to play in front of the Parse, of course, home crowd. One more time is New Britain. It's really been a testament to the young ladies themselves throughout girls volleyball to commit to wearing masks, and obviously the parents and friends and family who can't come in person to support because of the agreed upon rules to allow just 2 visitors per player into home matches for the home team. That they've been able to continue the season without incident, remaining as safe as possible, and really everybody around girls volleyball in the CIAC should be pretty proud of the job that's been done here and throughout all the high schools that have committed to the safety measures and making the adjustments in this new normal and making sure that a season could happen. 4-3 New Britain as Natalia Kovnatsky, who again really starred in that win for New Britain over Lewis Mills early in October, serving and setting up a slam dunk for New Britain out of the front row by, I believe it was Guerra, or was it Beliveau who put it home? Kovnatsky with a good serve and really a terrific job by Lewis Mills' Madison Sadecki to receive it and give them a chance. That'll be sent over by Mackenzie Jones. New Britain sets up with a cross-court pass to Beliveau for a big swing from Guerra, dug out of the back row by Sadecki and kept alive. Kovnatsky to Garcia, now sent over for Guerra. Lewis Mills setting up for a near side swing by Mackenzie Jones, and the dig initially by Torres is all for naught. The point goes to Lewis Mills. Good rally on both sides, and a 5-4 lead now for New Britain here in the first set. Phoebe Smith, the senior right side hitter now. Set to serve for Lewis Mills. Her serve is strong, and it's a serve error. Too long. Well communicated out of the back row between Angie Torres and Isabel Costa to let that one fly. Point to New Britain and a 6-4 lead here in the first set. Guerra ready for things to settle and has the go-ahead to serve. Good serve and a nice receive by Bree Pelcher. Costa the dig off the front row attack from Rhea Norgren Robbins. And the point is Lewis Mills. 6-5 New Britain now here in the first set, with Josie Lee checking in for the Spartans. Mackenzie Jones serving for Lewis Mills, a second-team all-conference selection last year. And this is New Britain's Cassiana Denmark, who did some nice things last time out on Monday, is earning more playing time. Sliz with a good dig on the attack from Lee. Lee will attack once again into the middle where Keelis digs. Denmark off the pass, set up from the near side by Kelly Alape. Costa, Alape. Now for a misfire by Kaylee Cahill and kept alive by Josie Lee, who's going to go up at the front of the net. Denmark beat her, and the point is the Hurricanes. Cassiana Denmark doing good work in the front row to earn a 2-point lead for New Britain. 7-5, set one. Kelly Alape with a left-hand swing that sometimes can throw the defense off. Grace Caraco went down to get it, and New Britain has trouble on the pass. The point goes to the Spartans. 7-6 New Britain now. Set one. And Sarah Stewart will serve for Lewis Mills. The libero's serve goes back row. Keelis able to handle it, and ends up with Maya Sliz. An attack error into the net ties it at 7. Lewis Mills with a chance to grab a lead here in the first set. Sliz handles the serve. Denmark the attack. And it's a kill for Denmark. Grace Caraco couldn't handle. 8-7 New Britain with Sliz set to serve. Sliz with a service ace. A little help from the top of the net. But Maya Sliz opens up a 2-point lead for New Britain. Sliz putting a little extra on it. Jones, the receive. Sliz sets up Alape in the middle for a dunk by Natalia Kovnatsky. She knows what to do there in the front row. No chance for Lewis Mills to handle that. And now a 3-point lead for the Golden Hurricanes. Their largest of set one. Denmark handles Josie Lee's attack. Now Denmark. Big swing goes to the back row where Jones is there to dig. Hamill keeps it alive. Pelcher with the over. A little miscommunication between Sliz and Keelis, but it ends up with New Britain getting it over. Lewis Mills setting up a big swing from Josie Lee. And it's a kill. Sliz did her part, but then some tentative play on the near side between Costa and Alape. They weren't sure who was going to go get it. Nobody did, and the point goes to Lewis Mills. It's 10-8 New Britain here in the first set. And Natalie Hamill serves for the Spartans. Natalie Hamill's serve, handled by New Britain. Kovnatski able to go get it, but she sent it, I believe, over the antenna illegally. Point to Lewis Mills. They're within one. 10-9 New Britain now. Keyless to Beliveau to Kovnatski for a big swing. It's returned by Lewis Mills. Mackenzie Jones had the big dig out of the back row. Drops in the middle of the campfire, and we are tied at 10 as Lewis Mills rips off 3 in a row. That 3-0 run over on the serve error, and it's now 11-10 New Britain. And Denmark set to serve for the Hurricanes. Cassiana Denmark, only a sophomore, transferred to New Britain. As Phoebe Smith sends it back row. Here is Guerra with a little push attempt. They whistle her for an illegal hit. Lewis Mills ties it at 11. In this altered schedule, they've tried to keep the teams with as short a travel as possible, but Burlington to New Britain probably the longest trip for either of these teams. Bree Pelcher gets the point for Lewis Mills, going up on the block attempt. And Lewis Mills leads here in set 1, 12-11. That lead short-lived as Madison Sadecki goes into the net on her serve, knotting us up at 12. And Beliveau looking to reclaim the lead for the Golden Hurricanes. Lewis Mills trying to set up a swing from Mackenzie Jones, who received the serve and finishes with a point, give her the kill, and a 13-12 lead for Lewis Mills. Things are tight here in the first set. Bree Pelcher. Service ace as she sends a floater into a soft spot in the D. Good recognition and execution to open up a 2-point lead in the first set. Pelcher, another floater. Beliveau is going to bring it back to Guerra after the Garcia receive. Mackenzie Jones with a kill. Kovnatski went up and mistimed her attempt at the net for the block. Michelle Abraham sees her team go down 3. A timeout called. I believe this one actually might have been called by Lewis Mills. We'll break for 60 seconds as well. It's 15-12 Lewis Mills here in the first set. Behind their largest lead of set 1, Bree Pelcher serves for Lewis Mills, up 15-12 in the first set. Maya Sliz receives the serve and also sends over. Lewis Mills goes to the outside. Kovnatsky up to defend the hit by Phoebe Smith. Give Pelcher a dig. And a big swing from Jones. Too strong, the point to the Hurricanes. Kovnatsky with good work in the front row to help the Golden Hurricanes to that point and bring them within 2, and she'll step up to the service line. Kovnatsky goes with a floater, handled by Madison Sadecki. Angie Torres for New Britain. They set up a big swing from the outside by Guerra. It is too strong, and back to a 3-point lead for Lewis Mills at 16-13 in set 1. Good pass from Beliveau. But an attack error ends up giving the Spartans a 3-point advantage again. Now Phoebe Smith on the serve. They go front row, a little push attempt by Guerra. And they whistle New Britain for a violation. It's now a 4-point lead for Lewis Mills at 17-13. Their lead growing here as we get late in the opening set. Smith's serve is a service ace. Torres unable to handle. A 5-point lead for Lewis Mills, 18-13. Phoebe Smith puts something on it. Handled by Torres, and she'll attack. She goes back row with it. Lewis Mills sets up a big swing from Mackenzie Jones, and she is fired up. Opening up now a 6-point lead for the Spartans. As she grabs the kill inside the back line. Michelle Abraham wants to talk about it. Timeout New Britain as Lewis Mills opens up a 6-point lead in the first set. Up 19-13, Lewis Mills serves. New Britain looking to break things up here. Kaylee Cahill with an attack. But Mackenzie Jones continues to rack them up. For Lewis Mills, it's now 20-13 Spartans here in the first set. And what was a tight opening set is shaping up to be a cruise for Lewis Mills, up 7 as we hit the 20-point mark. They go to the middle with it. Costa the dig. Guerra the big swing. And it is too strong and long. 21-13 on the attack error by New Britain. Lewis Mills leads it. An 8-point advantage. That one is too strong. Phoebe Smith has been renting out the service line. Been on there a while, but that one's too long, and New Britain grabs the point. It's now 21-14 Lewis Mills, and Carolina Guerra will serve. Her serve is a service ace. That one sneaks inside the line. The point to New Britain. No? Well, some confusion. No, they're going to say that was a serve error. Pardon me. Point goes to Lewis Mills, and it's 22-14. And there's some confusion here at the scorer's table. Then we got everything situated. Mackenzie Jones serving. Sliz for Costa for Alape. Lewis Mills setting up just how they want to. In the middle, but a misfire by Rhea Nordgren-Robbins gives New Britain the point and sends Alape to the service line. New Britain looking for a little run here to get back into this one. 22-15 in the first set. Alape's serve handled out of the back row, but New Britain sets up what they want. Doesn't work out for them. Rhea Nordgren-Robbins goes up and grabs the block. (23-15). Lewis Mills. And they'll send their libero to serve. Sarah Stewart. Keyless. Oh, terrific play by Natalie Hamill to go down and get it. New Britain keeping it alive. Alape with the attack to the back row. Lewis Mills gets the outside hitter Josie Lee a swing. Sent over by New Britain's Alape. Into the middle for Bree Pelcher. It's an attack error, and the point goes to the Golden Hurricanes. It's now 23-16, Lewis Mills. And New Britain will serve with Sliz going to the service line. Maya Sliz, that was a tough one to handle for Grace Caraco. Costa goes down to grab. Kovnatsky swings it right through the block attempt. Point New Britain. Bree Pelcher couldn't handle it. 23-17. Lewis Mills leads it. New Britain will get another serve from Sliz. They try to make this first set a little more interesting. Sliz's serve goes middle. Lewis Mills gets the swing they want. Sliz racing over in front of the Hurricanes bench to keep it alive. Keyless sends it over. That was a great hustle play. Can New Britain take advantage of it? Alape to Denmark for the big swing and the kill. But it all started with Sliz racing over, almost taking out Michelle Abraham. Terrific play. New Britain has now cut it to 5. It's 23-18 Lewis Mills. Woo. That was one of the most exciting plays of the year. Sliz. All that effort and ends up with a serve error and sets up set point for Lewis Mills. It's now 24-18 in the first set. They needed that one. Natalie Hamill. Set point here for Lewis Mills. Wendy Garcia able to keep it going. Sliz for Kovnatsky. Lewis Mills going backwards here. Pelcher will send over. Keyless. Sent it to Beliveau, and she went to the front of the net for it, but it is dunked by Lewis Mills. Michelle Abraham saying that the net's actually still moving because they contend that there was contact from Lewis Mills' attacker on the net. Michelle Abraham now getting an explanation. Beliveau arguing as well, politely, and the officials will talk about it. At the moment, Lewis Mills has taken set one, but the officials will talk it over and make sure they get this call right to see if it stands or if we continue on in set one. Great camera work by Lisa Kowecki to get us the drama of the moment of this call. Really zooming in there. Terrific job, Lisa. This officials timeout brought to you by water bottles from Lenny Cordo, who's coming by. Thank you, Coach. That's the thing about the no crowd, man. This is like awkward commentary at the moment. What's the call? The officials have talked it over, and they're going to say no net violation, and set one now officially in the books in favor of Lewis Mills. They take it 25-18. We're back in 3 minutes with set two. We go to the second set. Lewis Mills takes set one, 25-18, I think. What was the first? 25-18 first set? I already forgot. Lenny Cordo is luckily here to help keep my head on straight. 25-18 first set. And again, New Britain fell to Lewis Mills earlier this year on the 2nd of October. Down 2-0. So they've been in this position before, needing to come from behind. We've got some substitution issues as we begin the second set. And now we're finally ready to go for set two with Natalie Hamill stepping up to serve for the Spartans. Second set is underway with a service ace as Hamill uses the top of the net to grab the opening point for Lewis Mills. Her second serve. Handled by Wendy Garcia. Sliz with the attack. And too long. Point goes to Lewis Mills. 2-0 in set 2. Spartans. Hamill's third serve. Service ace. Once again, she uses that top of the net to her advantage. 3-0. New Britain looking for its first point of the second set. Kovnatsky goes big swing, handled in the back row by Jones. Sent over by Lee and set up by New Britain. Beliveau into the middle. Kovnatsky goes up for the dunk. And the first point of set 2 for the Hurricanes is a kill for Kovnatsky. 3-1 Lewis Mills now with the sophomore Denmark stepping up to serve. A hot one to handle. Jones able to receive it. Once again, Beliveau across the court. And going up for the block, Bree Pelcher with a point for Lewis Mills. 4-1 Spartans. Josie Lee's serve. Torres the receive. Guerra, big swing. The libero Stewart with a dig. Garcia now sending it middle, and a nice little play by Beliveau. Rather than pass, she attacked. Now the pass. Kovnatsky, the kill, and New Britain has cut their deficit in half. 4-2, Lewis Mills in the second set. Belivau's serve is short. And Lewis Mills is back on top by 3, 5-2. Garcia, terrific play to keep it off the floor and continue it. Michelle Abraham arguing I don't know exactly what she's arguing because the point goes to New Britain. It's 5-3 now. Lewis Mills and Kovnatsky will serve for the Hurricanes. They work it to the middle. Garcia with a dig. Beliveau, the pass to Kaylee Cahill for the attack. Now a two-handed attack from Jones. Garcia handled it. Great dig out of the back row by Josie Lee, and the kill for Lewis Mills. They open up a lead here in the second set of 6-3. Phoebe Smith back to serve for Lewis Mills. We've had more awkward delays in this match than any this year. Phoebe Smith after the pause with a service ace on New Britain. 7-3, Lewis Mills. Smith's serve handled by Costa. To the front row. Kept alive by Alape. She kept it out of the twine, pulling it back from the net to Guerra for the kill. 7-4, Lewis Mills now leads it, but Guerra goes to the service line after the Hurricanes point. Carolina Guerra, our coaching staff says, is the leader on and off the court. Certainly their most vocal leader. Mackenzie Jones sending over. Alape with a pass to Sliz. Lewis Mills is out of sorts, I believe. They may have had Jones come over the line, and the point is to New Britain. They're now within 2, 7-5 Lewis Mills. Guerra looking to cut it to 1. Put some steam on her serve. Guerra with a dig. Back to Guerra, but it's going to be mishandled by Alape, and they whistle her for it. Point to Lewis Mills. 8-5 Spartans. Second set. They took the first set 25-18. Costa taking care of Jones's serve. Alape with the over. Josie Lee got under it. Her attack error is long, and New Britain is within 2 again. It's 8-6. Lewis Mills in the second set. Alape with a serve. Mackenzie Jones the dig. Big attack out of the middle row by Josie Lee for the kill. Back to a 3-point lead for Lewis Mills. 9-6, second set. Sarah Stewart stepping up to the service line, looking to put Lewis Mills in double digits. But first, New Britain's going to get the point on, I believe, a net violation by Lewis Mills. 9-7. The Spartans on top. Sliz serving for the Hurricanes. A floater. Caraco the handle. Sliz goes down to dig the attack, and it comes right back her way by Bree Pelcher. Her kill puts Lewis Mills up 10-7. Natalie Hamill serving for the Spartans. Nice play for New Britain by Keelis to go down and get it, but New Britain never could really pass it clean. And it ends up a 4-point lead for Lewis Mills, 11-4 Spartans here in the second set. They're up after a 25-18 victory in the first set. Once again, it's Garcia the handle. Kovnatsky sends over. We'll get an attack from Phoebe Smith, Denmark, sending it Lewis Mills' way. And a miss pass from Smith coming this way for Josie Lee. She can't get it over the net. The point to the Golden Hurricanes, 11-8, Lewis Mills, with Denmark stepping up to the service line. Denmark serve. That's some good zip on it. Garcia digs over the net, the attack from Smith. And then Kovnatsky couldn't quite get it over after a nice play by Beliveau to keep it going. 12-4 Lewis Mills, set 2. Josie Lee steps up to serve for the Spartans. Sliz for Garcia. And then a nice play by Guerra to go down to get it and get it over the net. Beliveau with a pass. Guerra the big swing. And the kill. Good effort out of the front row by Bree Pelcher. But the point is the Golden Hurricanes. 12-9 Spartans. New Britain has been looking for, but yet to find that good sustained run in either sets. Beliveau sending to Garcia. They set up Guerra, and it's an attack error that gives Lewis Mills their 13th point of set 2. They're up by 4. And Bree Pelcher serving. Kovnatski had to come back to the near way. Nudged over. Nice play by May Gowit at the net. The point is Lewis Mills. Mackenzie Jones battling at the net. Michelle Abraham is frustrated right now with a missed call, saying that they missed a couple, including a carry.
She's touching the second ball. She cannot do that. She cannot do that.
Well, the official gives Audrey Beliveau the explanation. She relays the message to Michelle Abraham, but I think everybody in the gym heard what Michelle Abraham's message was, and she thought that Lewis Mills might have touched twice. $14-9 is how it shakes out. And Bree Pelcher serves. Garcia running around. Lewis Mills now on top. 15-9. Their largest lead of the second set. Michelle Abraham calls a timeout. We'll take a break for 60 seconds as well. Lewis Mills leading this match 1-0, and they're up in the second set, 15-9. Well, New Britain looking to rally here after the timeout. Down 15-9 here in the second set. Beliveau going across for the big swing by Kiera Kovnatski with good work out of the front row after Gowit went up against Kovnatski in the front row. Beliveau will nudge it over. Smith the dig and sent over by Lee. Garcia for Beliveau, for Kovnatski. Good swing. Natalie Hamill had a dig. Garcia back to Beliveau. Once again for Kovnatski. Quick hands by Smith out of the front row, keeping it going. Beliveau one more time to the outside. Kiera with a kill. They had to work for it, but it was worth it. New Britain's within 5 now. Great work on both sides of the net. Natalia Kovnatski serving as New Britain again looks to chip away. Big swing and a kill. Near side, Mackenzie Jones. Their second team all-conference selection. Earns the point for the Spartans. Up by 6 in the second set, 16-10. Phoebe Smith serving. Torres gets down to get it, but New Britain is unable to set up the hit from the outside by Kaylee Cahill. 7-point lead for Lewis Mills, 17-10, set 2. Phoebe Smith serving. Costa continues it. And they set up what they want. The swing from Jones. Costa the dig for New Britain. Torres gets it over from back row to back row. Their heavy hitter, Mackenzie Jones, with the kill. 18-10, Lewis Mills. She killed that one all the way behind the bleachers. An 8-point lead for Lewis Mills. Phoebe Smith. Torres for Alape to Guerra. And her hit goes long. It's now 19-10, Lewis Mills. As they really are running away with it here in the second set. Michelle Abraham calling a timeout, but Phoebe Smith didn't realize it. She served it. Half of the young ladies were heading off the court for New Britain. The other half might not have realized it either. So that serve will have to be redone when we come back in 60 seconds. 19-10, Lewis Mills leads New Britain in the second set. Already up 1-0.
You know their record up?
I'd like to see it. 19-10, Lewis Mills leads New Britain here in the second set after a 25-18 win in the first set. Phoebe Smith serving for Lewis Mills. Kaylee Cahill with a New Britain attack. Oh man, Mackenzie Jones racking up points here in the second. Another kill for Jones. She just doubled up Lewis Mills' lead over New Britain, 20-10. Spartans over the Hurricanes, set 2. Hurricanes have no answer for number 18, Mackenzie Jones. Phoebe Smith with a serve error, point Hurricanes. They're now within 9, 20-11. Guerra back to serve for the Hurricanes. Guerra put some steam on her serve. Sliz with the dig for New Britain, and now they're running around a little bit on Lewis Mills' side. Sliz with another dig. Guerra will just send it over, and now Lewis Mills can set up the swing they want. It comes from Jones, and it's a kill. Alape racing over, but Costa handled it over by the bench. 10-point lead, Lewis Mills. Jones serves. Denmark goes up, takes care of business. A front row slam for Cassiana Denmark. 21-12. Lewis Mills as Alape serves. Josie Lee. Her attack, and I think the official might have inadvertently blown the electric whistle. Another difference in the new norm of girls volleyball. So they'll do it over. Jones receives the serve from Alape. Now Kaylee Cahill going up. Gowett, good work originally on the block attempt, but the point goes to the Golden Hurricanes. They now trail 21-13 in set 2. Alape's serve goes back row again. And a kill on the near side swing from Josie Lee, the outside hitter and senior. 22-13, Lewis Mills. Stewart serving. Denmark again. Stewart with the dig this time. After a point on the last attempt, Josie Lee went for 2, and instead it's an attack error on the part of New Britain. Cahill into the net, point to Lewis Mills. They're back up by 10, 23-13, and inching towards a 2-0 lead. Michelle Abraham calling another timeout here in the second set. New Britain down by 10, back in 60 seconds. Lewis Mills looking to take care of business in the second set. Denmark hoping to keep New Britain alive with an attack. Goes middle row, Costa the dig. Alape brings it back for Denmark. And it looks like a net violation against Lewis Mills. It's going to give New Britain a point here, now trailing 23-14. Sliz serving. Bree Pelcher sending over. Kovnatsky up against the front row. Block attempt by Pelcher. Denmark is wide on her attack. And it is now set point for Lewis Mills, up 24-14. Natalie Hamill with a chance to give Lewis Mills a 2-0 lead. Terrific effort to keep things alive by Keelis. Beliveau into the middle. Konatsky with an attack error, and it is another win for Lewis Mills. So they take the second set, 25-14 this time. A little more breathing room in the second set. They've taken the first 2. They have a chance to sweep New Britain. The Hurricanes looking to remember what they did about a month ago, down 2-0. Came back and ripped off 3 consecutive against Lewis Mills for their first win of the year. We're back in 3 minutes with the third set. 2-0 Lewis Mills, and they have a 1-0 lead here in the third set as Denmark's serve is into the net. Serve error and an early lead for Lewis Mills as they look to sweep their way through New Britain today. The Golden Hurricanes looking to dig down and keep fighting. Kovnatsky got it over, and it drops in the middle. They continuing this? This one did hit the ground. The official's going to go over a late whistle there. New Britain rightfully thought they had the point, and they did. You got to remember, too, officials using these electric whistles. It's a bit different. Mackenzie Jones with another point. She was able to work that one through the block. 2-1 Lewis Mills here in the third set. Sliz handles Pelcher's serve, and Kovnatsky going cross-court diving dig by Natalie Hamill. Gowett got it over. Sliz the attack. She goes back row with it. Lee digs it. Middle row for Gowett. Another dig for Sliz. Now Guerra off the pass from Beliveau. Back to the outside, and Garcia can't go get it after New Britain had mistimed it at the front of the net. Caitlin Heckler with some good work in the front row with a point for Lewis Mills. They're up 3-1. Here's Bree Pelcher. A little change up the way of Garcia. Kovnatsky goes up and dunks on Mackenzie Jones. 3-2 Lewis Mills. New Britain looking to tie it up here in the third set. Kovnatsky's serve. Handled by Jones. Garcia for Beliveau. This is how they want to set it up. Little tap from Garcia. Or Guerra, I should say. Heckler handled it. And then an attack error from the back row by Bree Pelcher. And New Britain ties it. 3-3. Kovnatsky's serve. Lee handled it, and then New Britain has communication issues. Falls in between three Hurricanes, and it's a 4-3 lead for Lewis Mills. Caraco, a junior defensive specialist, ready to serve for Lewis Mills. Indecision by New Britain in the back row. Torres, the late decision to go for it. It eats her up, and it's 5-3 Lewis Mills. Back-to-back points for the Spartans. Looking to make it a run here. Sliz will handle the serve, and New Britain will send it over as Cahill flips it to the back row. Garcia jumping in front of Sliz, who is ready to handle the attack. Torres, I should say, cutting her off. A 3-point lead for Lewis Mills. New Britain with all sorts of trouble here on these last 4 points. Michelle Abraham looking at the scoreboard. Almost thought she would have used a TO there, and she is going to use one right here. Michelle Abraham wants time. 7-3, Lewis Mills. New Britain having some communications issues. Out of the timeout. It's Torres digging for New Britain and setting up a Guerra swing. Diving dig by Grace Caraco. And the attack by Mackenzie Jones went a little strong. They're arguing there's been no call. Lewis Mills is saying that it went off fingertips of New Britain and Michelle Abraham. Can't believe it right now. There was no deflection. The ball was out clearly, but the question was, and the call is, that it went off of fingertips of a New Britain player going up for the block, and now they're going to talk it over. The ball clearly landed out. That wasn't the question. They are going to overturn it, and the point does go to New Britain, so they're within 3. It's now 7-4, Lewis Mills. So now New Britain down 3. Guerra serving and attacking. She goes for the back row where Pelcher's there to dig. Sent over. Guerra to the front row with it. Guerra's going to get it over. Good play by New Britain's Alape to keep it alive. One more time, Alape diving all over the floor. Sent over by Cahill. It ends up with Denmark going up for the block up against Mackenzie Jones. And that was the best energy of the night from the Golden Hurricanes. Give Alape a lot of credit. And then Denmark as well to go up against that big swing from Mackenzie Jones. New Britain absolutely earned that point. They're within 2. That time, it's Jones with a soft touch for the point. And again, New Britain arguing that there was contact with the net. They don't get the call this time. The point awarded to Lewis Mills. 8-5 Spartans. Michelle Abraham shooting daggers with her eyes over at the officials. It's been tough. Lewis Mills will grab an ace here because Mackenzie Jones is now on the service line. The all-conference selection who can really swing it, including from the service line, opening up a 4-point lead for Lewis Mills. Takes something off that time. Sliz able to handle it. Denmark sending over. 3 Spartans converge, and it ends up Josie Lee into the net. Denmark going up for the block. Point New Britain. 9-6 Lewis Mills. Maya Sliz looking to sustain things for New Britain, but they're a little out of rotation, and it's Alape to serve. Not in time. New Britain again with poor communication and a mental error that time, awarding a point to Lewis Mills. 10-6. Didn't have the rotation right, and it cost them. Denmark with the attack. Jones digs it. An attack error by Josie Lee in the front row, and the point to New Britain. They remain within 3. Now Maya Sliz's turn to serve. Sliz again trying to go back row. Jones handled it. Hamill sent it over. And Alape sets up Denmark for the swing. They can bring it back to the front row. The little tap by Pelcher. Point to Lewis Mills. 11-7 Mills. New Britain will go with the senior rotation. I've been kind of breaking it up among classes. Kovnatsky battling Pelcher. Pelcher. One more time. Kovnatsky got the better of her this time. Beliveau into the net. Kovnatsky up, but that's too many hits. And Lewis Mills opens up a 12-7 lead, their largest lead of the third set, with Natalie Hamill serving for the Spartans. Keyless for Garcia. Kovnatsky couldn't get it over. 13-7, Lewis Mills, as they go on top by 6. Hamill's serve. Beliveau's pass off the top of the net. New Britain running around. Lewis Mills doubling up New Britain, 14-7. Kovnatsky trying to inch New Britain back into it. The attack by Lee is wide. Point to New Britain. They're now down 14-8. And Guerra checks in for New Britain, replacing Jocelyn Keyless. Cassiana Denmark for New Britain. Put some steam on her serve. Heckler got up, received it, and gets the kill. And she is fired up. That was a great sequence by Caitlin Heckler, a junior right side hitter who did it all, grabbing a 7-point lead for Lewis Mills. Beliveau fakes the pass, a little sneak attack on the second hit. Pelcher sending it Garcia's way. Beliveau with a good pass that time to Kovnatsky, and it's a kill for Kovnatsky. A 6-point advantage for Lewis Mills as Beliveau looks to chip away. Her serve is kept going. Pelcher able to get it over. Sneak attack by Guerra looking for a soft spot on the back row. Lee. Now Beliveau to Guerra. Big swing and a kill. Carolina Guerra getting New Britain into double figures. They're down by 5. 15-10. Lewis Mills. Belivau's serve handled by Lee and then dunked right back where it came from by Kovnatsky. And New Britain has crept back into the third set. It's 15-11, Lewis Mills. Belivau's serve goes to the libero, Stewart. Oh, Mackenzie Jones. That's how Mills wants to draw it up. Get that outside hitter swinging it from that spot right there. Mackenzie Jones opening up a 16-11 lead for Lewis Mills. Pelcher with a serve. New Britain goes front row to Garcia, and the call here is a net violation against New Britain. They saw that one. 17-11. Lewis Mills leads it. Pelcher didn't get it over on the serve. New Britain's back within 5. Well, it's getting late early here for New Britain. They're down 2-0, and they trail 17-12 in the third set, looking to avoid a Lewis Mills sweep. Going to be tough when they keep setting up Mackenzie Jones that way. There's no answer for that young lady from that spot. Another kill for the outside hitter. 18-12. Lewis Mills in the third set. And Grace Caraco is set to serve. Torres handled it initially, but New Britain has really struggled with their communication here in the third set. Very tentative. And a timeout is called by Michelle Abraham here with a 19-12 lead for Lewis Mills in the third set. We'll also be back in 60 seconds. With a 19-12 Lewis Mills lead in the third set, it's Caraco to serve. And that's a 20-12 lead for the Spartans. Unless New Britain has a huge comeback in them, it looks like Lewis Mills will avenge the loss on their home floor, their senior day, which also doubled as their season opener when New Britain roared back from a 2-0 deficit to take that one 3-2. It's 21-13 now, as that's a serve error for Caraco into the antenna. And New Britain needs a long run here to make things interesting. Guerra to the serve line. Spartans work it into the middle. That is going to be a kill by Natalie Hamill. And New Britain will bring in Keyless, replacing Carolina Guerra. 22-13. Serve error into the net for Mackenzie Jones. 22-14. Lewis Mills. Kelly Alape to the service line. That was well communicated out of the back row. Pelcher ended up handling it. Costa the dig. And Costa will send over. Lewis Mills into the front. Gowett making contact with the net on her attack. Point to New Britain, 22-15. Lewis Mills, third set. Up 2-0, the Spartans are. Alape's serve is out. Serve error and a 23-15 lead for Lewis Mills as they're 2 away from a sweep. As things wind down in this one, unless New Britain has the big comeback, I want to take a moment to thank Steve Bugnacki in particular, who was the technical brains behind our ability to bring you these streams from New Britain High School this year, as Lewis Mills gets the point, and it is set point. Also Lisa Kowecki for going up in the Genie and being our true eye of the hurricane this year from Chickasha Gymnasium. It's been a pretty good success, these streams, and we hope to have more of them of New Britain High athletics as we move into the winter season and get accustomed to this whole new normal. The kill for Josie Lee closes the door on a 3-0 sweep for Lewis Mills over the New Britain Hurricanes, and the Spartans had their second victory of the year, closing out New Britain on the Hurricanes' home floor. Our final stream and our final home match of the year for New Britain. They'll go on the road to close the rest of this one. Lewis Mills wins this. They take New Britain down in 3 sets. So again, for Lisa Kowecki, our eye of the hurricane, high above midcourt here at Chickasha Gymnasium. For Steve Bugnacki, our technical director, and for his efforts getting these streams to get over the air, and Matt Kanata as well in CSDNB Communications, getting these up on the CSDNB social media platforms. For that whole team, this is Randy Brochu saying thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed these streams this year. We're glad we've been able to bring live action to you for those who can't make it into the gymnasium with the restrictions on attendance. Hope you've enjoyed the streams. We're glad we've been able to bring them to you from New Britain High School. Good night, everybody.
Good.